Do you ever worry that your canned tomatoes might contain more than just tomatoes? What about suspicious additives, excessive sodium, even traces of harmful chemicals from the can itself? This is a legitimate concern that many thoughtful shoppers are starting to ask. Let's be honest, you grab a can for chili night or a homemade sauce, thinking it's a safe, simple pantry staple. But here's the catch. Not all canned tomatoes are equal. And some of the most popular brands are quietly cutting corners or hiding behind vague labels. There's a common feeling that what should be simple isn't always so straightforward. Today, we're counting down 7 canned tomato products you might want to think twice about. And at the end, we'll also share some safer, more reliable alternatives that are worth every penny. Stick with us to find out which brands might surprise you. Let's get started with number 7. Number 7. Hunt's Diced Tomatoes. Owned by Conagra Brands, this is one of the most recognizable names in the canned tomato aisle. But beneath the familiar label, some troubling details have come to light. One of the most common concerns? The use of calcium chloride and citric acid, which may sound harmless at first, but can significantly alter texture and taste. Consumers have reported that Hunt's tomatoes often feel rubbery and unnaturally firm, which isn't ideal if you're looking for a fresh, saucy texture in your recipes. And here's the thing. A 2021 quality review noted inconsistencies in both taste and acidity levels across cans purchased in different regions. As one user on Reddit bluntly warned, they taste like they've been pre-cooked and sucked dry of flavor. That seems to be the heart of it. When you're expecting vine-ripened goodness and instead get something that resembles a science experiment, it's worth a pause. That brings us to number 6, and I have a feeling this one might surprise you. Number 6. Great Value Canned Tomatoes, the store brand line from Walmart. On the surface, this option seems like a budget-friendly lifesaver, especially when you're trying to stretch your grocery dollars. But here's the catch. When it comes to canned tomatoes, the hidden costs may outweigh the savings. Independent lab tests and consumer write-ups have repeatedly criticized Great Value for its extremely high sodium content, sometimes exceeding 400 milligrams per serving. That's nearly 20% of your daily sodium, packed into just half a cup. And that's not all. Multiple consumers have noted metallic aftertastes, which some food safety experts suggest could be linked to the quality of the can linings, especially if BPA is involved. Even though Walmart claims to be phasing out BPA across all packaging, there's still a lack of clear labeling or third-party verification. As one home cook put it, "I used these once in my pasta sauce, and the whole thing had this weird, tinny funk I couldn't cover up, even with herbs and garlic." Think about that. You're cooking at home specifically to avoid hidden restaurant additives, and you might be getting them anyway. So we've covered a budget brand with some big red flags, but let's see who's holding down the number 5 spot. And I think this one might surprise you. Number 5. Contadina Tomato Paste. Manufactured by Del Monte Foods, Contadina has long marketed itself as an authentic, Italian-style product meant to bring robust flavor to your cooking. But here's what most people don't know. Contadina's tomato paste has been scrutinized for relying heavily on tomato concentrate from concentrate, meaning the tomatoes are cooked down and reconstituted, which can significantly strip away nutrients and flavor. In a 2020 ingredient review from Foodukit, Contadina's paste was flagged for including added citric acid and having a relatively low natural lycopene concentration compared to fresher alternatives. And that's the key. We're paying for something that sounds premium, but delivers less of what makes tomatoes healthy in the first place. Some users on grocery review forums have described the paste as flat and almost bitter, with one frustrated shopper noting, "It's like tomato-colored glue. It doesn't blend into my sauces like it should." When you're expecting rich, tomato-forward flavor and end up with something dull and overly processed, It's a letdown you taste in every bite. So we've gone from overly salty to oddly metallic to essentially flavorless. Let's see who's coming in at number 4. Number 4. Trader Joe's Organic Diced and Fire-Roasted Tomatoes. This one might catch you off guard, because, let's be honest, Trader Joe's has built its reputation on trust, trendy packaging, and a sense of elevated quality for less money. And to be fair, many of their products actually do meet that standard. But when it comes to their fire-roasted tomatoes, something concerning has been happening. Numerous reports, including taste tests and consistency reviews on platforms like Consumer Affairs and Reddit, point to a bland, watery base that completely lacks the smokiness you'd expect from a roasted product. Can it really be that disappointing? It seems so. Some users even described unpleasant textures, including tomato skins that refused to break down during cooking and a strangely bitter undertone that persisted. As one frustrated home cook put it, "I wanted depth and got dishwater." Think about that. The disappointment hits especially hard because the organic label leads folks to believe they're getting top-tier flavor and integrity. But here's the thing. Just because something carries that organic certification doesn't automatically mean it delivers on taste or sourcing quality, particularly when manufacturers quietly switch suppliers without notifying loyal shoppers. So while many customers swear by other Trader Joe's staples, these tomatoes might be worth passing up in the aisle. That brings us to number 3, and this is a name that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. Number 3. Del Monte Diced Tomatoes. Yes, another giant in the canned tomato game makes the list, and this one stings a bit. Let's be honest, Del Monte is practically synonymous with convenience and reliability, and many families have leaned on it for years. But here's where things get murky. In recent years, Del Monte has faced criticism for inconsistencies between what's marketed and what's actually inside the can. In a 2019 test featured in Consumer Reports, some of their cans were found to contain added sugars, despite touting no artificial ingredients on the label. That alone raises serious questions about transparency. But what really caught attention was a 2022 investigation into the brand's sourcing practices. It turns out that while the label reads, "Packed in the USA," the tomatoes themselves may be imported from other countries before being processed here. It's perfectly legal, but for consumers trying to support local agriculture or avoid certain farming practices abroad, this feels a bit like a bait and switch. As one disappointed shopper put it in a product review, "I thought I was buying American-grown tomatoes, but apparently that just means the can was sealed here." Think about that. And that seems to be the heart of the issue. It's not just about taste, it's about trust. When a heritage brand starts relying on technicalities rather than transparency, it's time to take a closer look at what you're really getting. But hold on to your grocery lists. Number 2 is where things start to get even more unsettling. Number 2. Cento San Marzano peeled tomatoes. This one hurts because Cento has built a loyal following by marketing itself as the gold standard in imported Italian tomatoes. The iconic yellow can practically screams authenticity, and many home chefs swear by their San Marzanos for Sunday sauces and slow-simmered stews. But here's the unsettling truth. Not all Cento cans are what they claim to be. In 2019, Italian authorities and food journalism outlets raised alarms over false labeling in the San Marzano market, and Cento was at the center of the debate. The problem is this. Real DOP-certified San Marzano tomatoes are strictly grown in a small region near Naples, and any deviation should be clearly labeled. Yet Cento has been accused of playing both sides, using the San Marzano name prominently on the label without carrying the DOP certification on every can. That led to confusion among buyers and even prompted a statement from the Italian Agricultural Consortium clarifying that many international products using the name San Marzano are not technically authentic. As one food blogger summed it up perfectly, "It's like buying champagne and finding out it's sparkling wine from Ohio." Think about that. You're paying a premium for origin and quality that may not be there. Pricey, yes. Prestigious looking, sure. But possibly misleading? Absolutely. So if Cento isn't the king after all, who's at the very top of this list of canned tomatoes to avoid? Let's find out with number 1. Number 1. Sclafani whole peeled tomatoes. Now this might be a curveball because among food circles and old-school cooks, Sclafani has a bit of a cult following. Let's be honest, they're often placed on best of lists and hailed as an old-world favorite, especially in the Northeast. But here's the catch. In 2023, multiple online retailers and customers flagged quality control issues that seemed to come out of nowhere. And that's the key. Reviews started pouring in, noting everything from excess liquid in the can to tomatoes that were underripe, pale, or strangely bland. Several users on food forums even posted side-by-side photos showing a sharp decline in color and density from older batches to recent ones. As one longtime fan put it, "They used to be vibrant and meaty, now it's like tomato soup with skins." So what went wrong? That could be just a bad batch, right? Possibly, but here's where it gets worse. There's no official sourcing transparency available. Unlike other brands that provide farm traceability or note harvest years, Sclafani offers little beyond vague assurances of Italian origin. Think about that. Even though the label screams tradition, the silence around where and how the tomatoes are grown has created real skepticism. And that seems backward, doesn't it? When we pay more for a heritage brand, we expect more transparency, not less. If a product can't consistently back up its heritage with current performance, that's a red flag worth heeding. If you're still watching and finding these details valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave the number 7 in the comments below just to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you don't miss our future investigations. Your support is what allows us to keep digging deep and creating the helpful content that actually matters to your health and well-being. We're all in this together, and knowing you're out there makes all the difference. Now, let's get back to it. So let's shift gears and talk about some alternatives you can actually feel good about buying. The good news is, there are options that won't leave you feeling worried about what's actually in your can. If you're looking for rich flavor with real ingredient integrity, Bianco DiNapoli. Organic whole-peeled tomatoes are a standout. Grown in California and canned within hours of harvest, these tomatoes have earned fan loyalty not just for their vibrant flavor, but for their ethical sourcing and clean ingredient list. No calcium chloride, no citric acid, and completely BPA-free cans. And that's the key. You're getting just tomatoes, the way they should be. As one chef put it, these taste like summer in a can. Testers praised the natural sweetness and the thick, flavorful juice that doesn't water down sauces. If you're serious about cooking and want to experience tomatoes that actually taste like tomatoes, this is a brand you should try. Thankfully, quality alternatives do exist. Another excellent choice is Muir Glen organic tomatoes. And here's the thing. This is a popular brand for a very good reason. Their tomatoes are grown in California's Sacramento Valley. And unlike many mass-market brands we just covered, Muir Glen completely avoids synthetic pesticides and artificial additives. The cans are BPA-free, and the product line includes everything from diced to fire-roasted tomatoes, all with a consistently bright, clean flavor that actually delivers what it promises. Testing revealed a perfect balance of sweetness and acidity, and the tomatoes themselves tend to hold their texture without feeling rubbery or artificial. As one home cook summed it up perfectly, these actually taste like they came from a garden, not a factory. If you prioritize organic farming, domestic sourcing, and trustworthy labeling, this is a brand worth keeping stocked in your pantry. And the best part? You can find them at most major grocery stores, making clean cooking accessible even on a weeknight when you're pressed for time. So there you have it, 7 canned tomato products to think twice about, and a few standout alternatives that actually live up to what's on the label. What about you? Have you had a disappointing experience with any of the canned tomato brands we covered today? Or maybe you've already made the switch to a better option and want to share your favorite go-to choice. Let's be honest, we're all in this together when it comes to finding products we can trust. Drop your experiences in the comments below. I genuinely want to know what's working for you and what isn't. That seems to be the heart of it. We learn so much from each other in this community. Thank you so much for watching and for caring about what goes on to your plate and into your body. If this video helped you feel more confident in making smarter grocery decisions, please hit that like button and consider subscribing so we can keep bringing you these investigations that actually matter to your health and well-being. Stay curious, stay well-fed, and as always, remember that being an informed shopper is your best defense against misleading marketing. Thank you so much for watching and for caring about what goes on to your plate and into your body. If this video helped you feel more confident in making smarter grocery decisions, please hit that like button and consider subscribing so we can keep bringing you these investigations that actually matter to your health and well-being. Stay curious, stay well-fed, and as always, remember that being an informed shopper is your best defense against misleading marketing. Thanks again for being here with us today. Let's be honest, whether you're careful about what you eat, trying to shop smarter, or just love a good slow-simmered sauce, we hope this video gave you the clarity and confidence you're looking for. There's a common feeling that good food shouldn't be complicated, but sometimes we need to look past the marketing to find it. Think about that. Until next time, keep reading those labels, trust your taste buds, and know that real food values still matter. As one wise cook once said, "The quality of your ingredients determines the quality of your meal." That seems to be the heart of it. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep uncovering the truth behind the products you bring home.